Vino, wine, the nectar of the gods. Kingston's annual wine tasting experience, Judgement of Kingston, is a blind tasting of some of the finest wines being made in Prince Edward County, compared with carefully chosen selections from other great winemaking regions around the world. Organized by a group of dedicated volunteers, the Judgement of Kingston supports culinary tourism and raises funds for regional charities. Joining me now is organizer Lubomir Luchuk. He's here to entice you to join him at this year's Judgement of Kingston on November 2nd. Welcome, sir.
Thanks, Steve.
Wine.
Wine indeed.
We could talk for an hour about that subject, even though I'm not a connoisseur. To me, it's like...
You don't have to be. You know, you don't have to be. What's remarkable about the county, as we call Prince Edward County, is that there's a range of great wine being made out there of all sorts of varieties, the two main ones being Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, but there are many other varietals being produced now as well. And many of them are literally world class. So 40, 50 kilometers from where we're sitting right now to our west is a winemaking region that a lot of Kingstonians still aren't familiar with. I mean, there's people like one of our team members, Ian Nichols, that takes county sips and takes people out to the county, but so many Kingstonians has talked to go, oh no, I go down to the LCBO and I get wine from Italy or France or whatever, and those are great wines too. But we've got superb wine being made right next door. And that's one of the things we've highlighted over the last 9 years of the Judgement of Kingston, as you say, in comparison with wines from other great winemaking regions, with judges coming in and evaluating everything blind, and members of the public tasting at the same time and making their own notes.
Now, speaking of which, this year's choice is that great winemaking region, Oregon?
Oregon, yes, yeah.
I mean, you think of California, you think of the county, you think
absolutely, but Oregon is well known for its Pinot Noirs.
Wow.
It's a rising area. I mean, it's not as old as California. Well, maybe as old, but I mean, it's not as well known as California has been for winemaking. But Pinot Noir from Oregon is superlative. This is a challenge I'm actually kind of really hyped about because I like Pinot Noir. I never used to because I had the same reaction that many people did. Well, that looks like it's watered down wine because it often has a rather pale red color to it. It has nothing to do with flavor, it's just the tinting. When you try a good Pinot Noir from the county and then you try a good one from Oregon, I don't know who's going to win this one. This is going to be really neat. And it's all being tasted blind. I mean, even I won't know the order in which the wines are poured. They're all bagged, so there's 6 different wines. They come, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have them on your table. You don't know which is which is county, which is Oregon. You get to sip them and try them. Everyone gets to try all 6 wines. Plus, we have an interesting thing I'll tell you about in a minute. But with the Oregon and the county wines, you'll actually be comparing 2 great new wine-producing regions making an outstanding Pinot Noir. And of course, our judges will be telling you what to look for and what to taste and what the profiles would normally be. And then we all just have fun with it. It's just fun to try these things and compare them. I should also mention from Potter Road Settlement up just north of Tweed, I can announce that one because it's served when you come in. We have a dandelion wine this year. Now, I don't know about you, but I used to hear about dandelion when I was a kid. I went, yeah, right. Sandra Johnson makes an award-winning dandelion wine. And I said, well, we've got to let our public try that. So when you come in, you're going to get a glass of that if you like to try a dandelion wine. Then you go in and we have the Pinot Noir.
So speaking of which, you mentioned that there's the blind challenge.
Yep.
What else is going on? The tickets are $95 per person. What does somebody get for that?
Okay, so you come in, you get a complimentary taste of the dandelion wine. You sit down at a table with 7 other people. You'll have 6 wines poured in front of you, 2 ounces of each, so half a bottle of wine right there. And these are quality wines, so we're not talking about, we're talking about wines that are usually in the $30 to $40 to $50 range, depending on the wine.
Okay.
In front of you, there'll be a charcuterie plate, water, of course, and chocolates. So Center Maine Chocolates this year has donated the chocolates. So you'll have chocolates to taste with the wine, which goes very nicely with the Pinot Noir.
And a little bit of a palate cleanser
and a
with
palate
the
cleanser.
charcuterie.
There's crackers and things like that. We also have entertainment. The Dave Barton Band is playing, so we have casual jazz music in the background. We also have a silent auction, so many of the winemakers donate wine-related items and wines that you can bid on, and all of that money all of that money that we raise goes to regional and local charities. So people have heard of Martha's Table, of the Hospital Foundation, Hampers of Hope that the Salvation Army runs, St. Vincent de Paul, the food store, the food bank in Wellington. These are all charities we've supported. And I have to tell you, Steve, this is really, I didn't realize this myself until this year. I sat down and said, well, how much are we actually giving out? Because remember, we're all volunteers, as you said. We do this because we want to help promote the county, promote regional culinary tourism, promote the Kingston downtown and all our restaurants and all our supporters. But we also raise money for charity. We have given out $46,000 as of this year. And we're hoping to, of course, increase that. And on our 10th anniversary, we're hoping to do even better. So we have continued this as a tradition now in Kingston for almost a decade. And we have every year managed to give back to those who are less fortunate than you and I. And wow, what a just fun thing to do.
It's coming up real soon.
Yes.
So what day is the event on?
It's this coming Saturday, so it's the 2nd of November. We're holding it down at the Marriott Residence Inn. Wonderful hosts for the last several years. It starts at 3:30 and it goes till 6. People can still get tickets online. We'd prefer you to do that because that helps us with making the seating arrangements and so on. But there are always a limited number of tickets available at the door. And the reason we did that was we had hotel guests going, oh, what's this? We'd like to get in. And then we had no seats. So we're now leaving about a table's worth of chairs, maybe a bit more, for walk-ins and people from the hotel. And anyone who hears this might say, oh, it's too late to get tickets online. I think we still have some tickets available online at judgmentofkingston.ca. You just buy them. We've not changed the price now in 9 years. I think the first year we were $85. We've had to go up a little bit, but you can notice in a decade we've gone up $10, and we've actually given back more every year. So this isn't about profit. This isn't about, people saying, well, we take money for administration or anything like that. Nothing. We replenish our operating costs and all the rest goes to charities. So if you come out to this, you'll get a chance to bid on wines that you probably wouldn't otherwise be able to get, knowing that the money's going to go to charity. There are things like, County Sips wine tour with Ian Nichols. That's a great thing. Tulips and Maple has given us a gift certificate. Olivea has given us a gift certificate. The Everly and other local institutions. So you can get a lot of good stuff, particularly just before Christmas, that you might want to give to other people. You can buy wine to have over the coming holidays. We have some wines from our cellar that we've brought up from past years that we're providing that you can hit on.
Sounds like the timing of this is really good, and it sounds
nice.
like it's going to be a fun event. So
it's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, so thanks for coming in to tell us about it.
Well, Steve, thank you very much, and I invite everyone to join us for the Judgement of Kingston 2024.